Welcome to Mythbusters Virtual Reality, where it's pretty much the calm before the storm because, well, you see that postal van? It's about to get blown to Kingdom Come. Yeah, this is an explosion in 360 degrees. So here's the deal. Inside that van is 84 pounds of dynamite. Surrounding it, we've got those blue cutouts that we call shrapnel catchers. As for me and Jamie, we're about 500 yards off way behind that police car, which, by the way, is a prop. It's not a real cop car. And any second now, you'll hear us do the countdown, so stand by.
Empty postal van, 84 pounds of TNT. In 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so no more van, and in fact, no more anything. The blast was so huge that everything got blown away, including the tripod for this VR camera, which is why we're now on the ground. Clearly, the blast was big, but it was also kind of blink and miss it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rewind it and play it back for you frame by frame. Right, you ready? Okay, let's hit rewind. And stop. Right, so at this exact moment, an electric impulse is traveling down the wire to the blasting cap, and it's gonna meet it on the next frame. And bang! There you go. Look at that. Already, no more van. It's totally engulfed in a fireball. That is really cool. Okay, but let's move on. Okay, so this is the next frame, and man, what a change. This is like 2 milliseconds later, 2,000ths of 1 second later, and there's already 200 pieces of shrapnel, some of which must already be like a couple hundred feet away. Look also at the ground, and you'll see how the shockwave has kicked up the dust. It's one of my favorite things. All right, next frame. Okay, so another 20 milliseconds later, and things are getting intense. If you look all the way around, there's now over 1,000 pieces of shrapnel. Look out for the door that's just flown past the camera, and also look down and you can see a long curved piece of metal that's about to crash into our tripod. But notice also the shrapnel catchers. Bam! They've just taken a massive hit and are literally airborne. Okay, moving on again. So the devastation at Ground Zero just continues to get worse for everyone involved. But what I love about this frame is what you see in the other direction. Not just the pieces of shrapnel, but also this broom handle. That's what our VR camera rig was mounted on, but the curved piece of metal from our last frame has now hit it and caused our camera to detach. So now we are airborne too. In this frame, well, you know, more carnage. Take a look for yourself. Okay, next. So another frame later, and notice how the fireball has now gone. That part of the explosion is done with, but its effects are still being felt as pieces are still flying through the air at like 1,000 miles per hour. Okay, so from here, we're gonna speed up a little bit and play the frames one after the other, and you can see our camera is still dropping to the ground, but while we're sinking, check out the shrapnel dudes, particularly the one that keeps going up. He must get 20 feet off the ground before we lose sight of him. I love the way he's still just standing straight, like he's saluting or something. And now we're on the ground. Camera has landed, but the shrapnel guy hasn't. He's still up there, defying gravity. So there you have it, a VR Mythbusters explosion dissected one frame at a time. But you know what? Before we go, let's rewind and watch it once more in real time. Countdown with me, everybody. In 3, 2, 1, go!